If you come across this video before bed, you've really hit the jackpot. I bet you're puffing on a cigarette right now. Left foot, on shoulder. Phone battery, 58%. Let me know if I guess right. If you guessed wrong, that's your fault. Since we can't afford a house in the city, then start from scratch in the wild, which adheres to this philosophy, we decisively found a treasure trove for He immediately began digging with a shovel. Moist soil on the hillside. This saved him a lot of energy. In less than 2 conchi time, the foundation then reached the ideal depth. Judging by the size, it's at least a 2-bedroom, 1 living room apartment. Then he went to collect some logs. To make peeling easier, they even specially ordered root tea. It's much easier to scrape now. However, to ensure the shelter stands for a century, this requires carbonizing the bottom of the wood. Arrange the logs around the dry hairpin. Then ignite a roaring fire to bake it. Take advantage of this time. He dug a 50-centimeter deep pit in the foundation. Now, you can carbonize logs. Steadily insert it. The bottom soil was backfilled and welded tightly. Ensure that a house can be passed down through 3 generations. The house is still under consideration. The home decoration also uses mortise and tenon joint technology. With the help of iron nails, the two fit together perfectly. After Rice secured the log frame of the shelter, go dig up the soil. Stir with spring water. Thus, Wild Party concrete came into being. Then they moved in 800 large stones, each weighing 1 pound. Pair to use in the corner. They built a fireplace in their new home, using a combination of stones and clay. Fireplace base was repaired in no time. Next, we will begin building the main structure. Don't be fooled by Rice's 30 years of experience as a bricklayer. Every gesture exudes an air of grandeur. When the construction was halfway done, he couldn't wait to ignite the dry wood and set it ablaze. It warms my frozen hands. To prevent the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Until the smoke vent is built up above the roof, for example, the entire process is only considered complete after the structure is built. Just as he rekindled the fire, a heavy snow quietly arrived. Faced with the sudden deterioration of the weather, Rice also quickened his pace. He carbonized more logs, used as roof support beams. The nails were hammered on. Connect the frames into a hole. After I finished, I fried myself a sandwich. Meanwhile, make another cup of coffee to refresh yourself. Bring it to replenish body heat. Before the heavy snow closed the mountain pass, he chose to avoid the limelight for the time being and descend the mountain first. When they returned, the snow had all melted. The first thing upon returning to camp, it's about getting a custom-made workbench and for wooden racks for hanging small items. He also put a lot of thought into the design. In order to make it easier to transport ingredients, Rice decided to build the unicycle on site. Yes, you heard right. Purely handmade, so beautiful and easy to learn. As they spoke, the 2 handles began to appear and awaken, after drilling holes on it. The middle pivot was machined on the side. The wooden stump in front of us will be used as the front wheel. Draw a standard circle with the nail as the center. Then cut off the excess parts in batches. In addition to the chisels arrangement, the pivot can then be inserted in the very center. The rest is just assembling the parts. Such an amazing operation. In the woodworking world, this would be an absolutely phenomenal presence. Now we have wheel-less vehicles to help. Rice's efficiency was only recently developed. He had collected a large number of stones, with the help of clay. Fixed the stones to the earthen wall, while preventing collapse. The stability of the shelters has been significantly improved. The bricklayers and carpenters are both highly skilled. If you work in our village, definitely a contractor. After sealing off all 4 walls in one go, he lifted the log, assembled into window frame size, The size is just right after installation. Upper joints also need to be reinforced with nails. Ensure the new home is free of any safety hazards. As a man who strives for perfection, a messy wall looks very unsightly. Then came the next step, applying the putty. They say you can't make a good impression, but Rice proved its strength. Who cares about mud or mud? As long as it goes through your own hands, they all have to become obedient. Perfectly integrated into the new home. While the clay is still wet, he carved the shape of bricks on the fireplace. Neat cabling. Neat and orderly shape. You think he looks like Daniel Bai? Background wall area is relatively large. Rice, brimming with artistic talent. Then they turned their attention to this place. After drawing the lines, then carefully sculpt the shape with clay. The sculpture's branches grew wildly, full of vitality. Indeed, wilderness development doesn't support idlers. You wouldn't dare venture into the wilderness without some skill. It can be said, but all industries are involved. Just as Rice went out to find some firewood, several pieces of wild limestone were discovered by chance. He immediately collected half a bag. After taking it home, heat it over a high flame, then grind it into powder with a small hammer. Spring water and mix well. This concludes the discovery of the best paint. Everyone says the snow is good and the trees are slippery. I'm not afraid to go anywhere in the world. This kid really made good use of me. It looks more beautiful after painting. It can also prevent the earthen walls from cracking, and instantly it looks high-end, classy, and sophisticated. While the paint is drying, he wrapped the earthen bed with wooden planks. Wind protection makes the view much neater. A uniquely shaped tree farm nearby. Lesler forced the flower. After an exfoliation service, place it in the corner of the wall. Then add a covered dining table. And that it? The forest was already lush and green. Rice collected a lot of good-looking people along the river. Delicate poems. They used the bricks to pave the country behind. Large amounts of clay. Place the bottom pieces one by one in the appropriate positions. Building shelters. This type of rice is generally very patient. Unless you really can't help but break down. Once he calmed down, an exquisite security door has also been completed. The lotus leaves are also purely installed accurately, perfectly integrated with the gate. It's like a real-life Minecraft game. It feels like something's missing. Rice drew lines on the wooden board with a pencil. Cutting and polishing. Here we have a tiny doorknob. Finally, install a door bolt at home. Make a hole in the door frame next to it. It must be said that the consideration was very thorough. Glass was replaced with plastic film. Its light transmittance is also quite good. Next, we reached the capping ring. He prepared plenty of wooden planks in advance. They were laid out neatly, one by one, then reinforced the base beam with iron nails. The excess part just collapsed. It looks much neater and more aesthetically pleasing now. Apply another layer of waterproofing. The area around the chimney was reinforced with clay. Make sure no rainwater leaks in. This type of grass is most practical in the wild. Filling the roof not only provides insulation, the aesthetics are also top. Moreover, it blends perfectly with its surroundings. It can be described as a true burial ground sanctuary. To facilitate drainage, he also dug ditches on both sides. The details are handled perfectly. With the shelter fully constructed and completed, the front yard still needs some renovation. After all, no matter how good one's reputation is, it can't be lacking. He first brought over a large number of round wooden trays. Add a decorative layer to the eaves. Cover the bare grass roots. Then the bark was removed from a log with a forked branch. Then divide it in two. It can then be placed at the entrance. Adding board, filling. Wild-made products are shaped in just a few strokes. Of course, a matching table is also essential. I sit here and have a cup of coffee when I get up in the morning. Just thinking about it is so great. Regarding the tranquility in front of the door, little dear Rice also has her own ideas. He wrapped the mud in plastic wrap. In pieces, neatly stacked together. A road leading up the mountain. A road leading home. Just one extra glance at the mushroom. Rice then copied it. At the same time, make a few other small ornaments. It truly has both art and art. Good looks. Don't throw away the leftover paint used to outline the wall. It can look more three-dimensional. Small earthen slopes on both sides. He also did not forget. Reinforce the entire structure with stones and clay to prevent the risk of collapse during rain. Finally, we gathered some wild turf. Cover all the remaining gaps in front of the door. Once finished, place the completed decorations in their positions. Now, this hobbit cottage has met the occupancy standards. Even with their exquisite styling, they wanted to kick him out. I'll serve dinner. He took out a chicken that he had treasured for 2.5 years. After marinating in the sauce, wrap the whole thing in aluminum foil. Bake in the fireplace for half an hour. As darkness fell, you can then enjoy a nutritious roast chicken. The next day, Rice slept until midnight, full of energy. Then I went to pick some wild fruits nearby. Used to make tea for myself.